Hey Josh, I'd like to talk to you about those of us that are self-employed. There's some extra steps that we need to go through to demonstrate our income. Can you talk to us about that?
Well, when someone's self-employed, in the past it's been a big deterrent when it comes to financing your mortgage. Based on the guidelines, when someone's self-employed, what we as a lender have to do is go off of their tax returns. And usually when someone's self-employed, which is a great thing of being self-employed, is that you get to write off a lot of expenses. Now, once you write off a lot of expenses, if you made $100,000 that year and you had $90,000 of expenses, you showed a $10,000 profit. Unfortunately, that's typically the line item that we have to use to qualify you for your income. With us, what we can do is we can do a lot of different options. One, say if you're in business for a minimum of 5 years, we only have to go back 1 year of tax returns.
Oh, wow.
So if someone basically has filed a 2014 to 2019 tax return, instead of going off of 2 years, we can just go off of 1 year. So it's really great to be able to have someone that who's planning to build or planning to buy a house and say, hey, on 2019 when you're doing your taxes, just make sure that you're showing enough income and not writing off everything.
Yeah.
Then go in the next year, you can as much as you want,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
But let's set it up for success. So it's definitely something when you're self-employed is you got to have a plan, and you got to make sure that plan works for how much you're wanting to borrow and what type of person that you're self-employed, how many years you've been self-employed. We also do some really neat things as far as qualifying people out their bank statements. So if someone is self-employed, we can go off of 12 months or 24 months of bank statements and cash flow your income, basically add up your debits and deposits to be able to figure out a way to get you approved as well.
Wow.
This program is amazing. It's our bank statement program for self-employed people, and it really allows people to actually put aside their tax returns and let's just look at the bank statements.
Wow.
And we can qualify someone very, very quickly off that.
Wow.
And if they have enough deposits, all of a sudden their income might go from $100 a month to $10,000 a month.
Wow.
And then we're in business.
Wow. That is a great product, because there are so many business people, like you said, we're so dialed into, structuring our business to pay the least amount of taxes so that we can keep the most amount of money in circulation in our business, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
that's the goal.
That's the goal, is to take your money and make more money.
Yeah.
But when it comes to buying a house, like I said, we've got a lot of options for self-employed people. The biggest thing is you just have to have a game plan. We have to review everything and make sure that we find the best solution for you.
Yeah. So I really think that the takeaway for me with not only this loan product but several others is to make a phone call to Josh. You're not going to be annoying a lender to call him.
Or stopping in.
Or stop by, and where's your office located,
Our
Josh?
office is right by the Barrel House on 57th and Sycamore. So our office address is 4824 East 57th Street, Cross Country Mortgage, and the coffee's always on.
Coffee's always on.
Yeah.
And Josh is mostly available. He is on a schedule though, so if you want to get on his calendar, Josh, can they go to Apply with Josh?
Yes, you can. So the easiest way to apply and for us to start the application process is to go visit my website, which is applywithjosh.com. It takes about 10 minutes to fill out an online application. Once you fill out that application, I get notified. I'll call you. We'll kind of talk about some of the information on there, and then we'll schedule a time on my calendar, and that fits your calendar as well, to meet. I'd love to meet my clients face-to-face. It's so important to do that because when you're face-to-face, you are able to get so much more clarity when it comes to your questions and understanding the loan process, because the loan process can be Spanish, if not Portuguese, to a lot of people. And so we like to break it down for you and make sure that all your questions are answered, so that way you leave my office knowing what programs you're approved for, what the payments will be, what the closing costs will be. We leave nothing off the table. I mean, we really go through everything with as much as possible.
Yeah, and I can definitely attest to that. Josh did a great job with working with our family as well, and he's just done phenomenal. So
absolutely,
you'll want to give him a call. Your information is confidential. You're not being hustled. And as someone who's I've been in the mortgage business before in California, and I know a lot of times people didn't want to tell me the whole story. Because they were trying to work themselves out of an issue. And I could just tell you that if you tell Josh what you're going through, what's going on, he can come up with a solution. And oftentimes, if that involves the sale of your property or the purchase or the refinance or whatever it is that you need, you'll find a straightforward answer there from someone who really cares about you. And even though that this relationship may have just started moments ago or maybe even hours ago, the care that Josh puts into what he does for you is absolutely incredible. And it's not just Josh by himself. He's got a whole staff that does various functions so that he can operate at a very high level, like a skilled surgeon. And so I really appreciate it about Josh and about the environment that he's created, and that also that cross country affords him to have, so that he could deliver exceptional, extraordinary outcomes for each person. So you want to give him a call, come by, stop by and see him. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, you may be laboring over, like, what do I do? Jump on www.applywithjosh.com and go ahead and apply.
Yeah.
He's not going, now Josh, when I apply with you, are you going to run my like, online when I do this? Right, then I've got 50 people wanting to talk to me and trying to hustle me for a loan, and they're all running my social security number, and I'm hosed. I can't buy anything for another year because they've just nailed me.
Yeah.
What do you do?
When it comes to applying for a mortgage, it is typical that you can shop for multiple lenders for multiple rates or multiple programs. It's very different each bank you go to. I think you could probably get a different answer depending on the loan officer's experience. I've worked with a lot of people that will come to me and say, Josh, they're saying I need to put down 10%, and I say, hold up. That's not the case. We can actually get you financing for minimum 3 to 5 or nothing or 0 down. And so just talking to the right people is so important, and everyone's really different, and that's the thing too. And I can't say that to never shop anywhere else and come to me 100%, but I can tell you that we really do a good job taking care of our clients. We do a great job making sure that they're in the best program, and we care about our clients because I put my name on every single loan. And with every single client that I work with, I want them to be my future client, and I want to help them out. I want to help their kids out, and I want to help their kids' out. Right. Because that's how I build my business.
And their friends and their family and
absolutely
on and on.
Right. And that's how we grow our business, just like you, David.
Yeah, exactly.
We really take care of our clients at a high level.
Yeah, that's great. So that's it for that segment.
So